Today on Steve Rob Reviews, I'm going to review this particular product right here. It's a fuel stabilizer, and I'm going to compare it to the three I have in front of you here. Now this is Seafoam that I buy by the gallon, and this one here is about this full. So it's almost full. And I put it in an old container I had many years ago of the competition, and you can see how much you use of it. Well, what do I know about these particular chemicals? Well, I'm going to be the first one that'll tell you I have no idea. I have no idea the chemical compositions, how they all work, and I'm not going to try and pretend to tell you that I know anything about the chemical compositions of these things. And you know, I mean, I could read manufacturers' descriptions, I could put links down there, and all kinds of, well, they'd just be misleading, to tell you the truth, if I did that. Because what do we know about any of these things? Actually, we haven't got a clue. We see them on the shelf, and we hear somebody else say, oh, they use this, and somebody else says they use that, and this kind of stuff. But this product here, Sta-Bil, and this one here, Sta-Bil 360, well, they're the same manufacturer. I've been using Seafoam for well over 20 years, and the reason why I started using it, well, I got it for cost price. I used to work at a friend of mine's parts store, and he would sell it to me for cost price. This is my last gallon that I have, and I put it in all my engines that are gasoline. So how much gasoline do I actually go through a year? Well, actually about 6 to 7 5-gallon containers. So what does this do? Well, it's supposed to stabilize the fuel over the seasons when you go from one season to the next, and for up to 2 years depending on how strong you mix it, right? So it's 1 ounce per gallon. This one here is 1 ounce per every 2.5 gallons. And this is one that I've never tried before, and it's the 360 protection, and it's 1 ounce for every 5 gallons. So, what do you do when you're looking at a YouTube video and somebody's trying to say to you which one you should use? Well, I'm saying you really shouldn't look at the chemical compositions actually and have, you know, people telling you all about the different chemicals in there, what they're supposed to do, what they're not supposed to do, and all this kind of jazz. I've been using this for so many years. I like using it, and I've talked to my friends and I said, you know, I'm going to make this video about this particular one here, and they said, well, I don't care, I'm switching, you know, when they stop selling this Seafoam. And you know, that's what it come down to. I mean, I've used this for so many years and I've never had a problem with it. And how do you know when you're going to have a problem? Is it one of these chemicals you're putting in your tank where you don't know if it works, whether it works, doesn't work, you're not too sure, right? Well, I've worked on enough small engines that I take the float bowl down from one of these, like on one of my engines myself, and I can see how clean it is from one season to the next. And you can surely tell a big difference if you don't use any fuel stabilizer. At least in my conditions, in my area where I live with the fuel that I have. Now this product right here, I've used this for years too. Now this one here, I didn't buy this. My daughter bought this for her motorcycle because that's what she said she wanted to use. This product works fine too. There's nothing wrong with this product. It works fine. And I mean, what does it do? Well, it doesn't have you do maintenance on your piece of equipment that's caused from the deterioration of gasoline. And that's all it does. So I mean, for me, why am I going to try this? Well, I got a new lawn tractor, and if you want, I'll put a link down below for the start of my new lawn tractor. The first time I started it is one of these lawn tractors I bought off of Amazon, an MTD Gold lawn tractor. And what did they say in the manual? Well, for the amount of time that this is going to be in storage over the winter, it said to use a fuel stabilizer. It didn't say to empty out the tank. It didn't say to empty out the float bowl. Because I'll tell you something, I have run into so many times where people will drain all the fuel out of their system. Now this doesn't happen very often, but I have seen it, where they drain all the fuel out of the system, they run it dry. The next year when they go to put gas in, well, the little carburetor is leaking because the seal has dried out and now it's leaking. And you know, what are you supposed to do, right? Some people say drain the fuel, some people don't say drain the fuel. Well, I say you got to use your own experience. So I am going to try this specifically, this product here, only on my lawn tractor and see how I make out. Because once this is finished and I use, well, 5 ounces for every 5-gallon container I fill up, and I'm going to probably be using a lot more gas in the future with a twin cylinder lawn tractor. So this jug here does not last me that long. And I am going to try this because it's 1 ounce per 5 gallons. Now, depending on where you are in the world and how much you pay for each one of these products, like you can get this one in a small can. I believe it's maybe a 16-ounce can. You can get the regular Sta-Bil in different sizes. Now, the only thing that I did read up on these is they do have a shelf life. So when you open it up, they want you to use this within 2 years. There's a manufacturer's code on the back that you can go to their website and see when it was actually manufactured. But if you open this up, you got to use it within 2 years. So a product like this, that's got to be used up within 2 years once I open it up, is ideal for me because I'll use the whole product. So as you can see, I bought 2 of them. Now, when you're watching a lot of YouTube videos, you're going to see people make all kinds of claims that everything can do all kinds of fancy stuff better than somebody else. They're going to drop you a link down there, buy all this, you know, go right to it. Well, I'm not doing any of that. I'm telling you that I don't have a clue about what the chemical composition any of this stuff is. But all I'm telling you is I used the Seafoam for well over 20 years. And I've never had all kinds of gum and deposits and you know, sludge in the bottom of the carburetor bowls or the bottom of my tanks. Now I will tell you something about this Sta-Bil. In my own opinion, you can listen if you want, it doesn't matter to me. You buy either the real stuff, don't buy the stuff that looks like the exact same container but doesn't say Sta-Bil. It says something else. It's red, it looks like this, it's half the price, and it's crap. Because I've tried that particular stuff before. I'm not going to say which manufacturer or corporation sells it, but I put it in my Genset one year just to take a look and see how it was. I come back in the springtime, I opened up the cap. It's about a 7-gallon steel fuel container. I got my flashlight, I looked inside. This red stuff was like a gel, just all over. It didn't even mix with the gasoline. It was just sitting down the bottom of big gel pools. So, you know, buy the real stuff, right? And if you're taking a look logically, I would say the Seafoam was probably the most expensive out of all of them when you take a look at how much you actually have to use, how much you have to pay for it. And, you know, I'd say the Seafoam is probably the most expensive of all of them. These 2 products are the same manufacturer, and this one here was the same price as this one. This one has more fluid in it, and I paid about the same price as this one. But you get twice as much, like this is concentrated twice as much as the regular Sta-Bil. So for me, I thought I'd use this one. And they sell this also in a marine grade, but it's more expensive and you don't get as much in that particular size container. So in the end, what should you buy? Well, buy what works for you. Don't rely on YouTube people telling you what you should use, what you shouldn't use, and all this kind of stuff, because you know what? I don't sell anything on my channel, and you know, I'm just using my experience of what luck I've had with the different products. And to end this video off, I would just say this product here works just as good as this product here. It's just that I got this product here for probably 50% less than you could probably buy it off the shelf. So that's why I started using it. And now that I don't have access to buy this anymore, my friend retired from his auto parts business, I'm going to give this a shot in my MTD Gold Lawn tractor. It's a 23 horse Kohler engine. Manufacturer says to put a fuel stabilizer in it. I'm going to put a fuel stabilizer, this one here, 360 days a year. Every time I put fuel in that particular lawn tractor, I'm going to put this in. So if you can follow along in the future, let's see how I make out. But I just like to say, when you're watching YouTube videos and you get these so-called experts on there telling you, you know, which one is better than the other one, I'm saying if you use something is better than nothing. And I've taken apart so many carburetor float bowls that using regular unleaded fuel, well, you know what? It's just, to me, a no-brainer, because from one season to the next with no fuel stabilizer in it at all, well, yeah, you can see a lot of corrosion going on. You can see a lot of gummy and, you know, all kinds of problems that just makes your machine not run right, or lucky if it even starts up, especially snow blowers from one season to the next. So once this is finished here, I'm switching over to this, because I can get this at 1 ounce for 5 gallons compared to this, which is 1 ounce for 2.5 gallons for the same price. And when it comes down to it, all I want to do is start my engine in the springtime, and I'm happy. So thanks for joining me here today. A little bit of a different vid, a little bit of a different opinion, but I hope you liked it. And if you've never seen this channel before, you're welcome to subscribe. Come back again, and let's have some more fun. Cheers.